Alrighty, I think we're live. Why are you showing me arrow? Meep. Blah blah. Attention click for detail. Okay, fuck you. Okay, hi guys. The chaos, my friends. The chaos. This is Peppermint. Look at how cute she is. This is my reason for being tired all the damn time. Not finishing work in time, not making enough content. This is the reason, this tiny little meep meep. She was sleeping for the last 2 hours, and then of course 10 minutes before wanted to go live, she started complaining in her little box. So I was like, okay, you know what, you're just gonna jump on the live with me. Yes, 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 yes. I also have my vapes, my lemon water, my coffee. I'm good. We have wrong Eastern this weekend, so the Serbian Eastern is today. That means that everybody is celebrating, and that also means that the boyfriend is with his family, so I have like some free time. I had my family over the last week to the or during the actual Eastern, like the real Easter celebrations. And I need to get rid of this guitar. Hold on. Scoozy Lemon. Sorry, didn't want to wake you, but like it's in my way. Oh my god. Okay. And yeah, I finally I said goodbye to my family a few days ago, and now the boyfriend is with his family, and I was like, no, you go on your own. I don't even, I can't even. I need time, I need sleep, I need to work, and I need to take care of this little miracle here. Me, yes. You let me know when you're hungry. Okay? Okay. But anyways, uh this live actually has a title, which I can't see anymore. Hold on. Where's my phone? When I set this up, I was like, yeah, there's a topic I'm going to talk about. And oh yeah, the ideal feeling state to manifest good stuff. There we go. I would forget my own head if it wasn't glued onto my shoulders. So also, my left eyeball might get teary, like tear up and shit. Don't worry about it. I have like freakishly light sensitive eyes since I have a lack of sleep. So there is light right in front of me. There is light behind me, and my left eye is like, it's too much light. So don't. I'm not crying. I am crying, but I'm not crying. So it's fine. I'm just gonna allow it to happen. But yeah, the ideal feeling state to manifest good things. I wanted to talk about that, but not necessarily by giving you, look at how adorable this is, and not necessarily in order to give you like hints on how to achieve the ideal feeling state, but I wanted to talk about the downside of that, because there's something that I've noticed in like my clients and also like other people that I talk to about when it comes to like manifesting. And it's not really manifesting, it's more like the becoming a better version of yourself, or a version of yourself that you can live with without shitting your pants 24/7, without battling anxiety, without doubting yourself, and without like just having a shit show of events that you don't like just like leveling the fuck up essentially. And what I've noticed is that a lot of you guys, when I say you guys, I refer to my clients, I refer to whoever it resonates with from the audience that is here live with me, but also then later rewatching it, right? So a lot of you guys have this thing where you struggle for such a long fucking time in your life with your anxiety and with your depression and with your sadness and with your with struggling being in the now. You are either focused in a nostalgic or sad way or longing way to the past, or you are freaking out about the future and you're scared there. So you guys have kind of, you do not possess a baseline peace, right? So a lot of you want to feel good, a lot of you want to feel a little bit better, a lot of you want to have like this striving to create peace in your life so that you can actually get your shit together and that you not always freak out and blah blah blah, and get some self-control, being less impulsive and stuff like that. And what happens is that and I've seen this so many freaking times happening with clients. When they start putting in the work, when they start doing those exercises and those purges and the healing and the blah blah blah, all of the stuff that we do while or during coaching, right? When they start doing that, eventually they hit a spot where they are just peaceful on the inside, where they feel like, hey, nothing bothers me. I'm not anxious. I wake up and I feel pretty damn neutral, right? I go to bed and I feel okay. I don't struggle with falling asleep. I actually fall asleep relatively fast and easily. I face challenges in my everyday normal life and I handle them easily. I don't freak out. I don't feel like that's the end of the world, right? Sometimes there are interactions with them and there are specific people, and it's just like everything takes a different turn in their life and they achieve this level of internal stability and what I call baseline peace, or the neutral, slightly optimistic state, which is, by the way, me. Which is, by the way, the what do you have to say? The ideal feeling state to manifest good stuff. Do you want your bottle? Have you decided that you are hungry after all? Let's see. Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Yes? No? Maybe? Not really? Okay. Is a no. Is a no. We are not ready for the bottle. Okay, my love. Where was I? So yeah, those people or you guys achieve that feeling state pretty much for the very first time in your life for a prolonged amount of time, right? Usually people that struggle with these things like anxiety and depression and sadness and blah blah blah, and not being capable of being present and now and all of the stuff that I mentioned earlier, usually you only feel blissful after, or you're used to only feeling somewhat blissful and easy and peaceful after something good has happened to you. So after you got the extra money that you needed, you got the job, the conversation, something needs to happen for you to trigger a feeling of somewhat contentment with yourself, where you just chill essentially. So you don't chill naturally. You chill after the 3D has given you a reason to chill, essentially. And we know that when it comes to manifesting your ideal version of yourself, or what is it? Are you trying to scratch? Oh, she's trying to scratch herself and the little leggy doesn't work. I'm sorry. It's so small. And so we know that, oh god, we know that when it comes to manifesting and creating the best version of yourself and other people and your life and whatnot, we know that we need to have this thing within us first, and then we will start noticing the changes in our 3D. But for autopilot people, and even if you've been on this journey of trying to be the operant power or your best version or healing or whatever for years and years and years, it doesn't mean that you are, just because you've been doing it for a long time, doesn't mean that you need to have achieved any kind of level of mastery or anything, right? There are a lot of areas. I need sleep so badly. Areas. Yeah, there are a lot of areas in my life. Eras. Sorry, I need to laugh about my. When you lack sleep so hardcore that your brain stops functioning properly, you just find everything so hilarious, and you just laugh about everything so like a little idiot child. It's just like, I don't know, everything is funny because potentially my brain is dying. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyways, there are a lot of areas in my own personal life where I'm still autopiloting around, of course. There are situations where I sit on my ass and I'm like, huh? Well, I don't understand how something happened or what I can do about it. There are situations where I have no fucking idea how to react. There are situations where I get triggered and I don't even fucking notice that I get triggered, right? I just get triggered, and then after the trigger has died down, everything already happened, the bridges are burned and whatnot, I'm like, oh, I got triggered. Oh, there's something I need to work on. So just because you've been doing this for 20, 100,000, 9 million years, it doesn't mean that you need to have achieved any form of mastery or some kind of stuff, right? There are a lot of people that are saying, I've been doing it for 4 years and god fucking damn it, I just, no. That's not the approach that you need. This is not chill, okay? This is not baseline chill. This is pushing and blah blah blah. But the problem is that a lot of times we need the outside to do something for us in order for us to feel a certain way. This is how we are all plopped into this world, being tossed into this world. And then we grow up and we're like, well, this sucks, so I'm going to complain about this, and this is nice, so I'm going to focus on that. And I'm like, yeah, I like this, I hate this, and this is how we create victim mentality and dependency on our outside world, on our outside 3D. But we know, since we are here working on ourselves and working on our lives and improvement and blah blah blah, we know that we need to create that shit within us first in order to bring stability into our outside, in order to be capable of looking towards that which makes us feel better, and not towards the shit that makes us feel like we're worth nothing, or doubting or anxious about our position in our own life, in our job, in our family life, or in our romantic relationships, right? In our social status or whatever. We need to have this certainty and this focus and this peace and this, like, this, we need to remove our own head out of our ass in order to then be capable of dealing with the ever shifting 3D, because the 3D is never stable. It's not, it doesn't need, you agree? Okay. It doesn't need to be stable. It never wanted to be stable. There are seasons, there is change constantly. Just like on a day-to-day basis, the sun goes up, the sun goes down. We have dark, we have light, and then we have rain, we have sunshine, we have clouds, we have seasons. The freaking leaves are falling from the trees, and then new shit is growing on. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. I need to have a sip of coffee here. I'm trying to restart my brain. Okay. And in order to have this sense of groundedness and stability within ourselves, while we're dealing with those changes and those swift moves, and like sometimes shit hits the fan, and sometimes it's like, for me, for instance, the last 2 weeks, life was like, buckle up, bitch, we're going for a ride. And I'm like, hell yeah. And then 3 days in, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. So many things have happened, and I didn't have time. I didn't even have time to take like a really long ass shower, the kind of shower where you shave your legs and you put on like body peeling and shit like that, and you're in the shower for 20 or 30 minutes. I didn't even have time for that. I just like the necessities to keep myself alive, sleeping for, I don't know, 60 minutes to 90 minutes before this little beauty is waking me up again, and then dealing with my family, and then dealing with the boyfriend. Although I have to say, I haven't been dealing with him all that much. He was actually good. He stayed the hell away from me. Good man. But yeah, all of these things, it was just like from absolutely like nothing, boom, explosive in my face. And there is no way in hell I could have handled this. There is no way in hell I could have stayed, well, as sane as I did. I wouldn't say I'm completely mentally sane, but as sane and calm and just like confident and stable in my own life and in my own being, without freaking out in any area of my life, right? If I did not spend years cultivating internal peace and internal stability. And here's the thing, and this is what I see in my clients, when then people who are not used to having that get like the first sense of that feeling of this neutral, slightly optimistic, the kind of la-di-da, kind of nothing can face me, and let's just see where it goes. I'm okay with anything. Oh, this is not working well, that's totally fine, I'm just gonna go do something here then, right? When they get like that first idea of how this feels like, the contrast to how they are used to feeling, the contrast to how they felt their entire freaking life until that moment where it completely shifted to the opposite, is so tremendous. It's so freaking huge. Everything exists in duality. As Esther Hicks said, every topic is actually two topics. It's like picking up a stick. One end is the having it, the other end is the not having it. Or one end is what we would call positive, and the other is the what we would call or describe as negative, right? So when we pick up a topic of, let's say, state of being, mindset, right? When we are used to an extreme version of anxiety and struggle and trauma and fear and sadness and all that, like disgustingness, when we're used to this, the opposite, the solution to that on the other end of the same freaking stick is the same intensity but the opposite direction, right? So when I am slightly annoyed, the opposite that belongs to this tiny little bit of annoyance is kind of like, nah, you just fucking go away. I don't like you right now. Just like, right? The solution to this is kind of like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. It's the same level of intensity. So when you guys, or even me in the past, when you've been living in massive anxiety, constantly being overwhelmed, constantly being sad and scared and unsure of yourself, the first time you go to the opposite direction of the, oh, actually everything is okay and I'm not gonna die and everything is nice, it's exactly as intense. So it's bliss. It's not just, oh yeah, that's cool. It's like, holy shit, I wake up and I don't have anxiety. Wow, I did not know that was possible. So you flip flop from one extreme to the other. What you do not realize is that neither one is sustainable and neither one is your sweet spot. It's just this intense feeling. Imagine drinking fucking disgusting tap water your entire life. And then for the very first time after 20, 30, 40, 50, however many years, right? Somebody offers you a soda with the sugar and the lemon and your brain is, oh my god, and you think this is the best drink ever, but you don't yet know that there is also freaking beer out there and coffee and tea and alcohol and fizzy stuff and not so fizzy stuff and kombucha and shit like that, right? You don't know that yet, so you cling on to this soda, you cling on to this feeling, and all of a sudden, and this is where you guys, with the majority of you, go wrong, and I gotta be honest, I've never seen anyone not taken or getting it wrong on the first go, including myself, of course. But I've never seen anyone who actually just took it and was like, oh yeah, cool. Now I'm in this extreme. Let's see when I wobble back to the other, right? What all of you guys, without failing, do is thinking that now that you have experienced this blissful peace, that this needs to be your everyday state and you need to hold on to this. And now you start being triggered as fuck by the tiniest little things that threaten your state of mind, your peace, your internal peace. Now, here's the thing, if you actually, Muffin, if you would actually have baseline internal peace and stability, you would not need to cling on to that shit. If you have peace of mind as your base, not the heightened version, the absolute freaking base, like this is my normal, this is my freaking neutral, slightly optimistic that I have in 99% Scoozy. I need to try and see if she wants to drink now. Percent of all of my human life interactions. And do you want to drink or not? Matsi, what is it, huh? Yes, no, maybe? My poopsie. You're not docking on very well. What is it, my angel? My sweetie, 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 sweetie. Should I swaddle bottle you? Come here. Mupsy. Okay. Let's make a little tiny burrito. Okay. Where was I? Shit. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. If you had this peace, state of mind, the neutral, slightly optimistic, as your default mode, you would not have to cling on to this, because then you would understand that, yo, this is my default, this is my baseline, but life is here and sometimes here and sometimes here and sometimes here. Please don't jump. Stay here. Come on. Get inside of the, yeah, just like, This is like perfect. Like the cutest little belly. Okay. You would know that if this is your baseline, right? This is the piece is slightly optimistic. Life is sometimes here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's down there. It just sucks ass. But it's supposed to be there every now and then. Sometimes it's here and it goes whoop, 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 right? If this was your baseline, you would know this and you would just enjoy it as long as it lasts. And you would know that this is fleeting. This is not sustainable because it's not supposed to be sustainable because I'm not supposed to be stagnant. The world is not stagnant. The universe is not stagnant. Again, everything is changing constantly. Sometimes in cycles, most of the time in cycles, so we can know that once I start up here and then maybe I fall down for a little while, eventually I'm going to get back up there, right? It's just a matter of time, or it's a matter of me, whatever, doing what I need to do, doing the opposite of what I'm used to be doing. That's about breaking patterns. I'm going to make a different video about that. But we know that life is not stagnant and we are not stagnant and the freaking universe is not stagnant. So why should I become stagnant in a feeling of peace? I'm not there. I'm not supposed to be there. Without the contrast, you would not be capable of enjoying the bliss. Without being stuck in the shit for such a long time, this slightly optimistic peace of mind, waking up without anxiety, wouldn't feel as good to you. It would just be flatline everywhere, forever, for eternity. That's just boring. You are a changing being. You have desires for the sake of what are you doing, my love? You have desires for the sake of expansion. How the fuck are you gonna reach expansion and experience things when you got them stagnant? It's not working like that. And then a whole bunch of you guys, once you have reached that, you cling on to this so hardcore, and then you start being a bitch to your SP. You start being a bitch to your parents. You start being a bitch to your family members, to your friends. Everything that could potentially threaten your peace of mind, you go against it. She agrees. You stay away from it. You go into hermit mode. It's like you have this little bubble of comfort around you and you try to avoid any contrast at any freaking cost. This is not living. This is not what I mean when I say you focus on the shit that you want and the way you want it, and then you go fuck off, live your best life, right? If you want to manifest a freaking SP, and I know the majority of you guys want to manifest a freaking SP, as if there is nothing else in this world to live for, to manifest, but here we are. The majority of you guys is here because of some stupid asshole who broke your heart and you want them back. It's okay, been there, done that, right? We all been there, done that. It's fine. But when you are in this comfort bubble and you hold on to the fucking peace state of mind and this I can never feel anxious again, or this idea, a lot of you guys also have the idea of needing to overcome one thing and then it's like that's it. Oh, I have this one more boss fight, this one more thing that I need to come, the one more thing, and no. The one last boss fight is potentially the best word for it. And then I can blah, 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 blah. That is such bullshit. You will never be at the end of it. You need to understand that unless you want to die, unless you're done living and you're like, you know what, I've experienced enough. That's it. Let me go back and just be in consciousness. Unless you're there, you are not supposed to be done. You will never be done. You will never get it done. You have an amount of desires that are constantly coming up, coming up. You need, I don't know how many fucking human lifetimes to even get half of that shit done that you want. You're not supposed to getting it done. You're supposed to just continue, expand, have those blissful moments where you're above. Then something shit hits the fan or something happens, just like minor inconvenience, right? And you go down there and you're like, because you are down here now, you're experiencing new contrast. Next level has just opened up for you, new opportunity to change, to get even more shit. And then with that contrast in mind, or because of that contrast, you develop the desire of not having that fucking contrast anymore. And then you go on the next journey to manifest something else. It's like our desires and our 3D manifestations are kind of like the carrot That, this like picture of a donkey, and a donkey doesn't want to move, so the dude who sits on the donkey just puts a carrot on the stick and holds it in front of the donkey's nose. The donkey's like, oh yeah, carrot, okay. The donkey never reaches the carrot. It's not supposed to reach the carrot. This is not the dude who sits on the donkey wants the donkey to move. And the carrot in front of the donkey's nose is the drive for the donkey to keep moving. It is not supposed to catch the carrot and eat it. You are the same. The universe is writing you the donkey, and your desires, your 3D shit, is the carrot in front of your nose. And you're supposed to chase that. You're supposed to run after that fucking carrot for the sake of moving, for the sake of expansion. And the universe is the dude on top of you. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Let me have another sip of coffee. Also, let me read your comments, by the way. Called out in all fairness, though, another coach told me that, sweetheart, you're not the only one, trust me. You are so far from being the only one. Meep. Even Peppy is agreeing here. I know you've been there, I know, but trust me, you are not the only one. Where's that Peppy? Do you want to come out? Okay. Let me grab you. Okay. Okay, come here. And map. Okay. Hello. Do you maybe wanna see what's happening here? Her eyesight has developed far enough that she can recognize shit. Like, it's probably still blurry, but she can actually see things. So maybe you just want to see what's going on. Maybe you're not sleepy, huh, baby? You will. So when you understand this, and when you see that no matter whether you are having a really good experience or a really negative experience, when you can keep that in the back of your head and you're like, oh, it's just experience, it's just expansion, I'm learning something new here. Not learning in terms of, oh, there is a lesson that the divine needs to smack in your face, there is a karmic lesson here. No, it's not like that. It's just like learning for the sake of learning because it's dope. Moving for the sake of moving because it's dope. Expanding for the sake of expansion because it's dope. And that's it. It's fun. It's like a freaking playground. If you have that in your mind, you're going to get so much more shit done. And the funny thing is that if you give less fucks about your state of mind or your inner state of peace, or I need to feel this way 24/7, I need to force myself, I cannot allow to have my fucking SP ruin it, I cannot allow myself to get triggered, I cannot allow myself to blah, 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 to slack off or to spiral or whatever. If you just let go of that shit and you just allow yourself to slack, allow yourself to get triggered, allow yourself to have the opportunity to showcase and prove to yourself that what you have been claiming with all of your 20 million, 1,000, 100 billion, gazillion goddamn affirmations, that you really are that person. If you would just fucking allow yourself to relax and be like, you know what? I've been affirming that I am confident in who I am. I've been affirming that I am the ideal woman/man. I've been affirming that everybody is respecting me. I've been affirming that I have secure fucking boundaries, that I know what I want, that I am driven, that I always get what I want, and that I turn every fucking situation around in my favor. You've been affirming these things for fucking centuries. Now seize the opportunity and get excited of you finally proving to yourself that fuck yeah, I am that. Yes, I am that. Majority of you, however, is so afraid of being jacked out of that or ejected from that state of being peaceful and that state of not being anxious that you create a whole new problem there. And for the majority of you, you just completely push away your SPs, either energetically or, for the most part of you, well, verbally directly into their face. This is when you are in this peace of mind, in this self-care, this little comfort bubble around me, and then the SP shows up doing what they always do because, well, that's just what you've been creating so far with them, right? And then you get triggered so much so that you, enough, I need to take care of myself now. I'm not talking to you. And then you block them and you change your numbers and you just don't look at your phone anymore. And all of this stupid shit. You're going batshit crazy because you think you need to have some kind of fucking mental or physical or emotional state in order to do something. When you have manifested accidents, bad stuff, your fears becoming reality, have you been in a good state of mind? Have you been meditating? Have you been isolating? Have you been in hermit mode? Or have you just been living your life and shit came when you were ready for it to be faced? To face it, to be faced, it was ready to be faced by you and you were ready to face it. Grammar. Meh. Right? This is what I want to tell you. There is no fucking, of course, there is this like the ideal state, honestly, is being on some kind of trip, being like mentally tripping, being fully relaxed and just being like, yeah, everything is nice, everything is dope. I don't give a shit about jack shit. And then you just need one little thought into one direction and boom, shit appears. This is the ideal, but this is not life. This is not how we're supposed to be. This is not what we're supposed to live. This is not what we want, right? You guys, a lot of you, majority of you, are somewhat sad, are somewhat lonely, have this fucking specific person in the back of your head that you still want and it hasn't happened yet, or it happened maybe like half-assed, or they came back and they wanted sex and then they fucked off again, or it's just like, It's like, you know, you have this shit. But what you guys are totally forgetting is that there's an exact fucking opposite, because again, every topic is actually two topics. There is an exact goddamn fucking opposite of exactly that scenario, and this is being so fucking stagnant with your relationship. Everything is perfect, everything is beautiful, you have Mr. Right or Mrs. Right sitting on your couch every damn day. You come home, you see that person, and out of nowhere you just get aggressive towards them because you can't fucking take their face anymore, because it's stagnant. It's stagnancy. There are so many people, and this is why a lot of actually successful marriages eventually fail, because one of the partners, they need some spice in their life. So they go fuck around. They go have, I don't know, fucking, how you call this shit again? Wow, brain. Affairs. Huh. They have secret affairs. They need to go gamble. How many picture perfect, especially in America, how many fucking picture perfect families do you guys know? Because I know a lot. If you grew up in the 90s, or if you watched shit on TV in the 90s and you've seen shit like Seventh Heaven, shit like that, they exist. They like, oh, perfect family. Oh, they have a dog, and then even the dog is perfect, and the house is perfect, and everything. Those people who live with enough money, with enough community support and whatnot, with a good dynamic within their relationships, their family relationships, right? They seem to have it all from the outside. They cause drama for the sake of getting out of the stagnancy. They will start lying, they will start cheating, they will start, I don't know, Uncle Tom then goes out and gets addicted to gambling because it's just fucking boring and stagnant. Or the teenage boy Timothy, oh, I haven't talked about Timothy in such a long time. Teenage boy Timothy of the age of, I don't know, 15 starts taking drugs because he's fucking stagnant in his picture perfect asshole life. It's not sustainable, right? A lot of guys, I know that when you're broke, you bitch about people who are rich and who bitch about money's not everything. There is more to life than money. I know that if you're fucking hungry and you're anxious and you don't know if you can fucking afford your rent the next month, right? Or if you can afford to buy your kid the necessary books for school, whatever the fuck your situation may be. I know that when you are in this situation, hearing or thinking about a person who has money telling you, well, money is not everything, you're like, shut the fuck up. just shut up. Fuck off. Go away, you rich ass asshole. Fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about. If I had your money, I would be happy. And the answer is no, you would not. Because the rich fucker is right. Money's not everything. This rich fucker has the money that you so desperately want, but he doesn't have other shit. And he has realized, well, money really isn't all that it is. since I have my guy, and I've had my guy for a long time now, which is very unusual for me because I'm not that big on relationships, honestly. This is the longest fucking relationship of my life. Ever since I nailed that one down, and ever since I was like, yeah, well, this is done, I started getting bored with it. And I started being annoyed by people wanting to achieve that because me being on the other side of it all of a sudden made me realize that it's not that special. It's not the end all be all. It's really not. When prior to that, when I still wanted him, I was like, oh my God, that's like, and we're gonna get married and we're gonna blah, blah, blah. I had the idea that my life will be perfect once I'm with this dude. Then I was with this dude and I was like, really? I wanted that? Really? Because now that I have it, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm not very grateful. It's not that I wake up every morning and praise the Lord for delivering his ass into my bed. I'm like, yeah, well, I could live with or without you. It's fine. I mean, I enjoy him. I love him. Everything is okay. It's fine. But it's just not the center of my life. It's not the center of my freaking universe. Currently, the center of my freaking universe is this little nugget in my hand because she demands to be that. But aside from that, it's not the center of my fucking life. It's a relationship. It's one of the many, 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 many relationships in my life that adds in one specific way value to my life experience. And that's it. Not that big of a deal. And I know this is very hard to understand when you're not there. And this fucking paradox of you need to be that in order to have that, and you cannot go from here to there without being there. It's such a fucking paradox stupid way. And then the second you feel like, oh, I have achieved something, like I feel good now about myself, I'm not anxious anymore, a second that you tap into this flow state or peace or whatever the hell you want to call it, where you feel good for the very first time and you feel good by yourself and on your own without that person, right? Dude or chick, doesn't matter. Or without that money or without that job or without that whatever the hell it is that keeps you up at night. When you finally, for the very first time, start feeling good, alone, just you by yourself, you value this so much that you want to save it, you want to protect it, you want to never leave this again. And this is exactly the same fucking pattern that you had with your SP when you met them. And for the first time, oh my God, there was mutual love. And he was totally into me and she was totally into me. And we were crazy for each other and blah, blah, blah. But then my insecurities kicked in and bum, and I lost it. It's the exact same goddamn pattern that you have with your feeling state, with your money, with everything in your life. Finally, for the very first time, blah, 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 everything was good. Now my left eyeball is starting to tear up. Ah, the pain. Yeah, go away, light. Maybe I can dim it a little bit. Ooh, right? I'm feeling great. It's perfect. It's amazing. But then my insecurities kick in. Then maybe a lot of you guys, you manifest money. You manifest boatload of money, whatever the fuck boatload means to you. You save up a lot. You have like, I don't know, for some people it's 3K, for other people it's 300K, it doesn't matter. And you fucking finally have that. And all of a sudden, boom, fear kicks in. It's like, what if I lose this? What if I do not invest it in the right blah, blah, blah? What if? Prior to having that money, you never even thought about losing money because you didn't have to, because you didn't have the fucking money. Now you have the money, all of a sudden, oh my God, what if I lose my money? And you lose your fucking damn mind. And then, well, most likely you're gonna manifest some kind of situation where you do lose money. Maybe not all of it, but a substantial amount, usually, right? Or where you have like some kind of stagnancy when it comes to new money coming in, and now you need to live off of that which you have accumulated so far, and you're getting even more anxious because like, oh my God, why isn't there more money coming in? It's the same with ESP, it's the same with health, it's the same with weight loss. Exactly the same when you plateau or when you like weight loss. Exactly the fucking same. You finally fucking lose those, I don't know, 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 20 pounds. Maybe it's 100 pounds, whatever the hell, right? You finally lose that shit. You finally have the body that you always wanted. And now that you have that, you enjoy it for a little while, right? You have this blissful kind of like the honeymoon stage with your own freaking body. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, creeps in that, I get, you didn't work out for a week, you're gonna get fat. What if I get fat again? What if I gain the weight again? Or if you're like on a weight gain journey and you wanna gain weight, you finally gain the weight, but now you struggle to keeping it. It's always the fucking same pattern. It's like, that's what I'm trying to tell you here. It's the same fucking pattern in every goddamn area. And everyone who has ever lost a substantial amount of weight at some point in time was freaking out for fear of gaining that fucking weight back. And what happened? A little while down the road, they gained it back. The yo-yo effect. And then people blame that on not sustainable diets. Bullshit. It's the mindset. It's your fucking mental internal pattern. And the same goes for your goddamn peace of mind. If you hold on to that shit, if you want to protect it with your life, if you use this for a reason to push away all the people out of your life, your SP, your parents, your family, your friends, whoever the fuck could potentially threaten this peace of mind. If you hold on to this, you suffocate the living shit out of it. You do it out of goddamn fear. You are afraid of not feeling good. You are afraid of going back to anxiety and depression. And because of that, your focus is, well, guess where? Anxiety and depression. You know what happens next? You will go back into anxiety and depression. That's all. It's one silly as simple, idiotic fucking pattern. And we all carry this shit within ourselves. God knows why. I don't know. I'm not God, so well, I just ask it when you see it. But this is what we all have within us, and this is the problem, the source of the problem, but it's also the key and the solution to the problem. Understanding that. And then what you got to do is just fucking relax and know that this is happening in waves. I feel good right now and I appreciate it and it's amazing, but I will feel like shit again at some point in time. And if I do not freak out about this, if I can just accept that this is part of life, then it's not going to be as bad. It's not going to be as long. Then I'm going to feel like shit. Maybe I'm going to cry. I was a little while ago, before last week, when I got the little nugget. She's sick, by the way. She has Giardia, which is like a really nasty ass parasite, and it's not easy. She's underweight. It's going well right now, but the beginning was absolutely horrible. And I had several nights in a row where I did not sleep. And then my mother came, or family, not just her, other people from my family as well, came to visit. And I was running around the entire time. And I was just getting so physically tired that when I was sitting in the bus, I fell asleep. I was like sitting there like, no, I cannot. I knew that the second I stood up and walked again, I would be more energized and it would be okay. But being stagnant, standing or sitting in the bus and the bus going like, woo, it's like, it was just too much for me. And at one point in time during the night, where the little nugget just wouldn't shut the fuck up. I think she had some stomach aches or something like that. And I did everything. I did just fucking everything. I fed her, I swaddled her, I gave her a butt bath and all of those things. And she just wouldn't shut the fuck up. She just would not stay silent. And at some point in time, I just completely, I don't know, something in my head switched and I yelled at her. Meep. Yes, I yelled at you like an idiot. Yes, yes. I yelled at her. What the fuck do you want from me? I gave you everything. And I just put her in her little carrier and I put her in when I leave back then when she was smaller, when I leave my apartment, I put her in a closet so that the other cats cannot go and harass her. I just put her in a closet. I closed the door. I yelled at the fucking closet door and I said, and if you die right now, I don't fucking care. At least I'm gonna have the freedom to sleep again. And that's it. And then I went to bed. And the second I laid down, Matzy, I realized that I just yelled at a baby cat. It's really not her fault. And I realized how ridiculous I was. And then I had the options, either feeling ashamed and like an asshole for yelling at the baby cat, or understanding that I have just fucking reached my limit. I have potentially broken through this limit now. And it's kind of hilarious that I really found it necessary to yell at a fucking baby cat. I chose option B. And then I laughed about it. And then all the resistance from the stress and not sleeping came out of me in form of tears. And I did my almost famous by now cry laugh. You know, when you cry really violently, but you're also laughing at the same time because you realize what's going on. It lasted for 10 minutes. Tops, not even 10 minutes is like way overstatement. It lasted for a few minutes, and once I was done, is it still drinkable, baby? I don't know. It's a little coldish. Once I was done, can I put you in my coffee? No. Once I was done, sorry, trying to multitask doesn't work. I felt so fucking good. Once I was done, I felt like I could love that little nugget again. I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I needed to get out of my system. I needed to lose my shit. I needed to yell at her. I needed to tell her that if she dies, I don't give a shit anymore. It's just, I'm enough. I needed to cry. I needed to laugh about my own ass. And once I was done, I took her out of the fucking closet again, put her next to me in her carrier. She was silent. She was fast asleep, right? And I could appreciate her again, and I loved her again. And I saw how cute she was and how fucking annoying, nevertheless, but like how incredibly sweet. Me, yes, yes. So this was necessary for me to experience in order to then swoop back into love. And me swooping back into love 1000% had an effect on her, because she's, even though she's just a baby, she's still a wild animal. She understands tension. She reads and smells I potentially sweat when I'm stressed and when I'm anxious. She noticed that. And then she gets confused and frustrated because I'm confused and frustrated. If I would not allow myself to experience this negativity and this bullshit, which was ridiculous bullshit, and a part of me wants to be ashamed for it, wants to be like, this, are you really sharing this on the internet? Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, shh, yes, I am sharing this because it's fucking normal. It belongs to life. Okay? Do you want your bottle now or not, my love? It's a little cold, but if you. Oh, it's working. Well, you're still kind of drinking like a little retard. Want to do it again? Do you want to like latch like a proper baby or not? It's a no. Okay. If I would not allow myself to just be fucking human and go with my own fucking flow and my own crazy ass emotions, and if I would not just let it out without fucking judgment, that's the next thing. Without goddamn fucking judging myself for being a bad person or whatever. If I wouldn't allow all of that, I would just go fucking batshit crazy. And again, I would have potentially killed her myself and then cried and yeah, went to the mental hospital or something. You gotta understand that your emotions and your thoughts and your feeling state and all of that shit is not you, okay? Is a part of you. It's like the fucking sky when it rains or snows. You can let this shit go through. Or it's like the ocean when there is a storm. The storm does not alter the essence of the ocean. Yeah, there are huge ass waves and clouds, and it's like it looks horrible for, I don't know, however long a fucking storm on an ocean lasts. I don't know. But the essence of the ocean is not altered. It's just something that passes through it. And once it's done, it's calm again, right? Same for the fucking sky. It snows, there is snowstorm and whatnot. The essence of the sky is not altered by the fucking storm or the snow or the rain or the sun. Right? Poops. Your essence is not on your power is not altered by your emotions, also not your thoughts and your emotions and all of that shit is just passing through you. That's it. And you can breathe it out. You can give it to the fucking universe. You can scream it in the pillow. You can scream at a baby cat if necessary. You can scream at your mother. Oh God, I yelled at my mother. Oh holy shit, I was mad at her when she was here. And I realized, yeah, our relationship was amazing when we were geographically very, very far from each other, right? And but now that we are literally in front of each other together every fucking day, and I'm already stressed as fuck, and now I see you in full everything that you are. I got triggered like crazy, and I yelled at her 100 million times, and she yelled at me, and we fight. We fought. Fight it. We fought. I don't know, at least once a day. But it doesn't matter because the essence of our relationship was not altered by that. It was just something that needed to happen. Frustration needed to get out. It needed to get like something was there. That was necessary. We don't always have to understand the greater picture or the bigger picture. We don't always need to see straight up from the beginning what is happening and why it's happening. We can just let it out, right? And then after bitching at each other for 5 minutes, we were laughing again and making jokes and being stupid because, again, we do not allow our essence to be changed. You change on your like core level only if you have judgment towards yourself. If you judge the peace state as this is the state that I need to have in order to manifest everything or anything at all, if I am not at peace, if I am not in that mindset, if I am triggered or threatened or spiraling or anything that feels remotely negative, I cannot do X, Y, Z. I will never get my fucking SP, my money, my job, my house, my boat, whatever the fuck it is that you want, right? If you have that judgment, if you are judging yourself, if you judge your negative feeling because, oh, damn it, now I'm sad again, now I'm anxious again, oh, good, I'm anxious again, why am I always anxious? You layer on, you have the base level anxiety, you slap on more anxiety and more, and then you get frustrated with yourself for doing that to yourself. It's crazy. It's a spiral of shit. Why would you do that? And this, over time, alters who you are at the core level. Don't do this to yourself. Be more like the fucking ocean. Be more like the fucking sky. Allow life to happen. Stability does not mean I keep away everything that could threaten my stability. It means that in the face of contrast, discomfort, bullshit, tension, and anything that life can throw at you, you keep your stability. Despite all of that, you are stable. Not because the 3D is in your favor, you are now stable. That's not manifesting. That's autopiloting. Okay? That's it. That's what I have to say for this topic since I still have coffee and shit and I didn't do shit, which I have still like minutes before I do we? Yeah, I think baby wants to take a nap. So we still have a few minutes. If you have any questions, whether it's about that topic or anything else, you can pop it in the comment section. I'm going to stick around for like 10, 15 more minutes before I fuck off. So yeah. Let me actually see. What the hell is this? My computer wants to do something or say something, but I don't. What do we have here? I love this. I have like an arrow kind of notification and it says something needs your attention, but it doesn't tell me what. I just fuck off, honestly. Okay, this was great and a topic I needed. Thanks, Nis. Peppermint. It's looking great. Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, she is indeed. She got like really, really fat. But we still have the diarrhea. Tomorrow we're gonna go back to the vet and do another test. But she has gained in, I think, 2 weeks. She has gained, I think she doubled her weight. If my sleep deprived brain is working correctly, I got her and she was 160, 70 grams, and now she's 340 grams. That's doubling the weight, right? She grew a second kitten. And it's mostly in her belly. I don't know if you guys know that, but when babies are baby cats, before they grow in length, they grow like sideways. They get like this huge ass belly and they look like they're gonna explode any given moment. And then meow. And then one day, sometimes after just a few hours, you wake up, you look at them, and boom, they long. I don't know why, but like I'm waiting for her to go long because currently she's like, look at this like little belly, the little bushy belly, my boopsie, my little boobs, my boopsie. How you doing? God, you are so. I swear to God, this is the manifestation of innocence and perfection. Like, oh my God, and I yelled at you. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. I'm mostly in the neutral state, but this is the only thing that keeps annoying me. Um, what exactly do you mean? That you are that what that you are mostly in the neutral state? That is that what annoys you? Jesus, I cannot speak anymore. Oh, yeah. I don't know what thing you're talking about. If you want, you can clarify that or not. That's also okay. Good job, kitten mama. She's growing so fast. Yes. Yes. I mean, she's supposed to be double than what she is right now. Gotta keep it real. She is almost, I mean, she's, how old are you now? She's between 3 and 4 weeks old. She's supposed to be double her size. But it's okay. When I got Burrito was also underweight and half that and really in really bad shape. And I just kept telling Burrito that she is gigantic and massive and fat. And well, she is exactly that. Is she somewhere here? Yeah, she's sleeping up there. Burrito is my youngest aside from her, but she's only a foster. And she is my fattest because I kept telling her that she's fat. And I keep on telling this little pepperminty, yes, that she is gigantic and fat and perfect and beautiful. So I think they have like some kind of they have like, how do you fucking call this? When it comes to cats' development, they have a few weeks where they can wobble, you know? Some kittens, like Beanie, for instance, she developed super fast. Other kitten, not so fast, but they can catch up. You're so adorable. Yes, my baby. So I do believe she's gonna catch up. Bum bum bum. There was a whole comment above, and not sure if it actually made it to the chat. Oh, let me check real quick. No, I don't think so. I have from you such a cutie. Oh, yeah, she is. And then, yeah, no, only this. I'm mostly in the neutral state, but this is the only thing that keeps annoying me, and that's it. And even now that you said like this was it, and then like it's there's nothing there. It's like the universe does not want your message to end up in this chat. I don't know why. It's just not working. Mm. I know you want to look at me, but also look there because other people want to look at you. Yes. Yeah, it is odd because the rest of the things that you are telling me is working. Maybe your comment is too long. I do believe that you can only have like how many? Like 200 letters or signs or whatever the fuck. Maybe your comment is too long, that's why it doesn't get posted. I don't know. I don't know. You want some coffee? No? Okay. Kitty mama. Yeah. It's funny, I have such strong mother instincts, but only towards animals. Meep. The second I see a human child, I'm like, ew, it's probably sticky. I don't know what's up with me. I'm not made for the human babies. I'm only made for the bush babies. Basically, SP keeps saying, if only you were a man, even though she's bisexual, and that's Like, what the fuck? Okay, this is hilarious. Um, the thing is, though, that okay, so SP being bisexual means that she honestly doesn't really give a shit about what kind of genitalia you have, right? So there are two things that come to mind here is that either you yourself feel like you are lacking qualities, like for instance, provider qualities or shit like that, that you would usually see in the standard man, in the standard male, right? Sometimes when we look at males and females, we attach certain qualities towards those genders. And there could be something within you where you think, okay, but I, as a woman, bring this and this and that to the table, but not this and this and that. So that you, on some kind of level, compare yourself with the man. And then feel like you have less to offer. A lot of same sex couples have that issue. By the way, it's not just you guys. Every time you feel like, oh my god, I'm the only one with that particular problem. No, trust me, you're not. A lot of people who are into same sex SPs and relationships and whatnot have this like a little bit. It's almost a little bit of a problem with your own identity, because on the one hand you are, let's say, a woman and you identify as a woman and you feel feminine and in really like you feel confident in your feminine qualities, but then you also feel like there is some kind of masculine aspect that is either missing within you or that is not as developed, or you're not feeling comfortable being that role, but you assume that this is what's needed of you or what is necessary for you to bring to the table. So it could be either that. A lot of same sex people have that problem, honestly. Or what it also could be a tradition and bullshit like that, right? It could be that there is some kind of like, I don't know your background. I don't know if there is some kind of tradition or kind of fear of being judged either by the family or by her family or by your community, or even bullshit like way from the past religious crap that could still be attached to your brain where you're like, yeah, but like maybe we are not going to be as accepted the way we are, right? And it can manifest in that way, that there is some kind of insecurity. I do know a lot of people who are bisexual, especially women who are bisexual and who like having fun with women, who feel better with women, who feel more understood and taken care of, and like the entire like female connection is like way better for them. But when it comes to looking for a life partner, somebody to introduce to your mother or to your dad, right, to your parents, your family, they usually go for the man. And it's not because they want a man, no. Like, let's be honest, if we all had the choice, sorry guys, I love you really, but if I had the choice in this, if I had to say in this, I would not, like really not, I would go for a girl as well. But this is not who I am, unfortunately. Never mind. They go for the man. They introduce their boyfriends to their families, not their girlfriends, for the sake of not having this fucking tension and this pushback from the family and this fuck, now we have to fight. Sometimes it's like us versus the rest of the world. And sometimes it's too much for a relationship. So you see those minor annoyances like oh, if you were just a man, blah blah bullshit, right? It can be the end manifestation of something that is super complex in your thinking structures about society, about your religion, about your background, about your tradition, about your parents, their parents, the fucking community that you grew up, your own qualities that you bring to the table. It can be so fucking complex that the best thing you can do here is some kind of deliberate purge where you just like vomit out all of the potential things, no matter how stupid the thought sounds. Even if you have an asshole thought where you're like, that's bullshit, I don't believe that. The second it surfaces up, it's there because of a reason. It's there, it's somewhere there inside of you. So bring it all down, just like barf it all on paper, look at it, and then ask yourself, is this relevant? Where do I have this knowledge from? Like, who taught me that? Why do I believe this? is the person that taught me that, are they even people that I would go to get advice from them? Is it maybe it's just an excuse so that I don't fully have to change, because change is uncomfortable, we want to we like avoiding discomfort, right? So work with that, and definitely go do that purging thing. The more, it's not so important to understand where you come from, but it's important to understand what the hell is going on right now, so that if you are making the same mistake over and over and over and over again, that you figure out what that fucking mistake is. And sometimes you just need to adjust a little bit into one direction or another, and then it flows, right? Okay. Yeah, exactly. I think it's mainly physical, and now I'm thinking it may be tied to me not being fully secure in my own body. Yeah, totally. Could be. I'll definitely do some deliberate purging. Do that. Definitely. Okay. Hold on. It's cold. Ew. Okay. We have crossed. Hold on. I just wanted to say we have crossed the 16-minute mark, and that's it. But there are more comments. I grew up Roman Catholic, and our priest was gay, but still preached the morality of religion. So much bullshit. Ah, how the fuck did you know that he was gay, though? That's interesting. Like, was he openly gay? Or was it more like, it's obvious your gaydar sensed it? But that's interesting, though. But yeah, that's like a lot of times, like, especially when it comes to that stuff, especially when it comes to sexuality and that stuff, because our species have been kind of stuck on the whole male female kind of thing, right? This, like, it needs to be a man and it needs to be a woman and everything else is wrong for whatever the fuck reasons. Because we've been stuck on that so long, it's kind of slow in moving, progressing forward. And honestly, the way that the entire LGBT plus community is handling the entire situation is not helping at all. Instead of just normalizing it by treating it as fucking normal, right? It's goddamn normal. Doesn't fucking matter who you want to fuck. Like, who cares? Who the hell cares? It's not about that, right? If we would all just fucking treat it as normal and not make a big deal out of it, it would go, the evolution would be much faster. But unfortunately, the contrast, and that's like perfect, actually, a perfect topic to end this, because I can now close the cycle to the beginning of what I said here. Unfortunately, the contrast of oppression when it comes to same-sex stuff was so fucking big that now the solution to these stuff, like back in the days, they were hunted and chased, some of them killed in some countries like Russia and whatnot, right? There was so much bad stuff. The negative extreme was so intense that now the opposite, the solution, needs to be on the same level of intensity. And unfortunately, that looks like going batshit crazy, involving children in stuff, sexual stuff that they like really have nothing to do there. Like, really, like, Jesus fucking Christ. We need to blow up everything. We need to go crazy in the media. We need to protest like crazy motherfuckers. We need to provoke. We need to yell and scream and be loud. No, this is not how you find normal. Normal is treating it as normal because it is normal, not giving a shit about it, just doing you. But again, the intensity of one area, what is it with me in areas today? I always want to say era. Brain, what do you want to tell me with the fucking era? Yeah. Back burner. Anyways, the intensity that you have in either one of the extremes of the dualities, right, needs to be matched when it swaps. So for now, we went from complete negative extremes of being absolutely suppressed and cast out and blamed and judged with really severe negative consequences, And now we are in the opposite extreme where it just goes batshit crazy and you watch the news and you're like, no. You don't even have to watch news anymore. You have a TikTok account, that's it. That's all you need. And you just like, okay. Two men with beards are on a podcast about girlhood. Yep. Okay, thank you. Right? So we need to just like let this shit do whatever the fuck it wants to be doing. Eventually, this extreme level is also not sustainable, and eventually it will calibrate and it will eventually find its sweet spot. And eventually, depending on how the fuck evolved the rest of the world is and how fast we are, we will land in the middle of it doesn't fucking matter who you want to love, who you want to marry, who you want to be with, as long as it's a human. Okay? Stop marrying pizza. Stop making love to the fucking Golden Gate Bridge. That's some other kind of bullshit. It's obvious my gaydar is fantastic. Ah, beautiful. Thank you. I agree. It's not helping. It's not a big deal. It's not even a deal. Exactly. It should be as it's when vegans have the urge to tell you that they are vegan. It's okay, Melissa. You can eat your tofu. It's fine. You don't have to tell me. But it's because they were judged before, or I don't know. People want to feel special this entire fucking time. Everybody wants to feel special because they don't realize that they already are. Well, we've developed to where our relationships go beyond just a need or male female pairs for procreation. Yeah, exactly. But now the brain needs to develop too, it's like it needs to catch up. But this is also something I made a video, the last video in my memberships area. It's called like the faster, the more extreme you wobble between your extremes, the closer you are to your own sweet spot. It really is like that. We just wobble from one extreme to the other. Bop, 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 bop. If it's like a sine, it's like a sine curve. If you have like oh Jesus, it hurts like sweetie, sorry, but my hand is falling asleep. It's not that you're fat. Oh, look at this. It's sleeping. It's sleeping. Okay, sorry. I wanted to say if you have a graph and a sine curve, right? And the amplitude goes up, down, up, down. It's like wobble, 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 wobble. The way that we settle into our own little sweet spot there is usually that we start in autopilot mode, where we start like having a certain period of time where we are high, where everything seems to be working out great and everything is fine. It's like a prolonged time. And then something happens and we go down. And we stay down for quite a while. And then eventually we get out of there and we go up again. And then a little bit faster, the more we develop self-awareness, right? The faster we switch, the shorter those time periods are, then we fall back down. Then a little bit quicker we go back out, a little bit quicker we go back down. And in the beginning, it's like I need to like scooch back a little bit to like actually show this. In the beginning, it's like very long and very high and then fall, boom, very long and very low. Eventually you wobble from this to this to boop, 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 boop. This is when you hear, this is when you feel batshit crazy. This is when you change your mood 5 fucking times a day, sometimes within 5 minutes. I hate my SP, I love my SP, I never want to see him again, I want somebody new, but then no shit, nobody compares to him. This is like when you feel really batshit crazy, and it goes, and you just wobble like a crazy fucking person, and out of nowhere, you're just like, boom. And from there, it just goes. And it's like all the shit that needed to get out of your system has finally fucking left your system. And you just go into this. And this is what I believe what Neville meant when he said the Sabbath. He just was not very descriptive about like the struggle. I don't know why all those manifestation people are not talking about the negative. Why is everybody so fucking afraid about talking the reality of what feels like shit? It's like, no, it's love and light. And you need to force. No, you don't fucking need to force it. Just like, shut the fuck up. The universe expands in all fucking directions. The light and the dark, period, end of story. We have love and we have hate. We have life and we have death. That's it. No discussion here. Those fucking gurus, I swear to God, they're like, oh, it's love and light, and your ego dies, and then you fart rainbows. Fuck you, it's not how it works. It never worked like this. It works in marketing, it works when it comes to making money. Fuck yeah, because it's an utopia dream that you sell to people who are desperate. Of course, they're gonna jump on this fucking bandwagon and blow money up your butthole, and then you get big, and then you live like that. It's not real. It's just fucking not real, right? So the reality is that you have to vomit out all shit. You have to let it pass through you. You have to let this shit out. You have to experience it. Without experiencing bondage, how the fuck are you supposed to know what freedom is? You don't know. You need to be in bondage in order to know, oh shit, that's freedom. Oh, hi. Right? And then you can find your own little goddamn sweet spot in there. Between a little bit of restriction and a little bit of freedom, yeah, I kind of like this here. Right? Some people live like me in a foreign country, nobody knows that I'm here. Other people are more like, actually, I'd like to be in a system. I'd like to, like, I don't know, my mother works for the fucking government. I'm like, how are you, my mother? How is this working? I'm the opposite of you. But this is just how it is. It's the whole fucking enchilada. It's the whole shebang. It's the entire goddamn rainbow. The shitty asshole colors like brown. Who the fuck likes brown? Who invented brown? It's such an ugly color. Like, especially, like, I like chestnut brown, but like those beige, those like rich white people brown types, those shades of beige. It's just like, eh. This should exist, as well as the fluffy baby pink and baby blue and the green and the sparkly yellow and whatnot. That's just how it is. Meow. But what I do believe is that, like, I don't know fucking Neville Goddard. I've never met the dude, and I shall never meet him. But what I do believe, what he meant with the fucking state of Sabbath, where you feel like, oh, actually, oh, I think that's what he meant. You wobble your ass off, you feel like you're batshit crazy, and all of a sudden, like, boom, and it's silent. It's the opposite of you. Are you finally hungry enough for your bottle, my baby? Do you want it? Meep. Okay, come here, sweets. Do you want your bottle, bottle, bottle? Up. I think it's a little bit too cold for her. I'm gonna be right back. I just need to heat it up a little bit. Enjoy the view of absolute nothingness. Be right back, guys. Ouch. What are you looking at? Okay, let's give this another shot. Let's see if it's not too hot. Nope, it's fine. Okay, do me a favor and eat. Meep. Come on. Come on. It really was the temperature. Beautiful. Good girl. Like freaking manifesting live stream, and we have a minute of silence for a bottle fed baby cat. Because why the hell not? Cutie. Oh man, she's gonna empty that one out. Poopy, good job. That's it? Me. Not bad. Not bad, my love. Good job, baby. Okay. Now I have about 10 more minutes until she needs to poop. And since she has diarrhea, I shall not do this in front of the camera. But let me read your comments real quickly. Oh my god, that's my stage right now. Well, congratulations. If you still feel batshit crazy, Gesundheit. You will not feel that for much longer. And it feels fucking amazing. Once it clicks and you're just like, oh, that's like the, oh. And when you really dare, nothing can get you out of it. Nothing. Trust me. Even if the entire, do you need to, what is it? Even if the entire universe wants to show you the opposite of that, what you want or trying to manifest, once it clicks and you're in this like, we have wobble, 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 boom, sweet spot, nothing can get you out of there. So that's really cool. Um, oh yeah, I love him 1 minute and he's not the one the other. Oh, so you're still in the batshit crazy. Yeah, let it out. Just like really let it fucking out. Don't overthink it. Don't draw conclusions from that. Don't make decisions. Don't be like final, like, oh, that's it. I'm never gonna see him again. I mean, by all means, if you want to be like that, if you have feel the need to say, fuck y'all, I'm never gonna see you ever again, let it out, but then also allow yourself to 5 seconds later be like, but I love you and I want to marry you. It's okay. The most important thing here is that you do not judge yourself. Just allow the crazy to get out, pass through you. Be that fucking ocean, be the sky, let all of this shit out. Trust me, you're gonna feel fucking amazing. Eventually, like there's this thing. Oh God, my brother this explained it to me with the shadow, where the darkest fucking spot in the shadow is. It's not in the middle. It's somewhere else. And it's like he described it as kind of like this saying, it gets like it's darkest before dawn. Huh? That saying. And he said that no matter what you have to go through, and my brother has much wisdom when it comes to those things, no matter what you have to go through, it's like really before you are on the other side of it, before you have made it through this one particular thing, right? You feel like you're gonna lose everything. This is like this darkest before dawn really does apply. So just let it flow. When you feel like you're gonna fucking drown, it's usually the moment where you just put one foot down, like, oh, there's ground. Oh, I can stand in the water, or I don't actually have to draw now. Okay, cool. It's really is like that. It's weird, but it also makes sense because when we are expanding, we are pushing our boundaries. And in order to push our boundaries, we need to figure out where the fuck they are. Like, I need to know where's my boundary, how much can I take, how much can I carry, how much can I, let's say, weightlift, how much can I actually lift. I need to find my fucking boundary, and I need to, I don't know what this accent just came from, but I need to break through this. And only when I do this, when I break through this fucking boundary, then my muscle grows. It rips, of course. I'm gonna be in pain. It's gonna be uncomfortable. The doy, we just gotta get over it. It rips. I'm in pain. My muscle grows. And then after I broke through this fucking barrier, this boundary, this limit of my own, then I'm capable to weight lift more. And it's always like that, right? This is why we have this like fucking pain. And a lot of things, especially when it comes to weightlifting, when it comes to bodybuilding, all of that, we know that. Also, when it comes to like learning guitar, we know that we need to, or aerial dance, what I do, we need guitar and aerial dance, exactly the same. We know that we need to cause pain to our, for guitars, fingertips, for aerial stuff, our hands, like this soft, patty stuff here. We need to have fucking pain in this. We need to provoke pain for callus to be built there. Only if we like not rip it open, but only if we constantly trigger this, only if we are constantly in pain, if we go through the pain, it's like, okay, still gonna practice, I'm still practicing. Then our body is triggered to be like, okay, motherfucker is constantly hitting the same spot. I need to build callus there. And then it builds callus. And all of a sudden, hey, you can play guitar like a crazy motherfucker and nothing is painful anymore. All of a sudden, you can lift your entire fucking body weight and like do shit in a crazy ass shit in a gigantic metal hoop without feeling the pain because your body has created callus. So in a lot of areas of our life, we know that already and we use this in our advantage. When it comes to our emotional life, we're not there yet. We are just like learning that, oh, pain's good. I'm going to make a video about the benefits of pain. Second, I have some time to actually record and edit and make an actual video. I will do that. It's on my to-do list. But this is like, to sum it up, this is the reason why it does make sense. So allow your crazy just to pass. Just let it out. Like, no judgment. Just like be you and let this shit out. Okay. I love coming here and immediately seeing Gaydar. Yeah, well, you're welcome. Okay, that really describes how I am right now. It's nice to know that I'm not going crazy. You are most certainly going crazy and you are most certainly losing your mind. It's the best thing that can happen to you, trust me. The more you let go of this shit and the more that you accept that, like, mind somewhere there, I don't care. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna do my shit regardless. The more you're like that, the less you give a shit. That's my last video that I posted 100 years ago on my public channel. Less fucks given. The less fucks you give, honestly, the more you anchor yourself into your authentic self. It's fucking amazing. And then life just works for you. And even if it doesn't work for you, don't give a shit. So it kind of technically always works for you. Okay, nature came up with brown. Yeah, you're right. But I did see like some TikTok about how brown doesn't actually exist. It's just a really dark orange, and the way our retina absorbs the light is how our brain makes it brown. And we can appreciate the brown and the baby deer. Yeah, everything, like a bear, a dog, a baby deer, everything there. Yes, beautiful. But this like beige brown, meep. The fucking beige brown that you see in those sterile kind of like, I don't even know if those people are really rich or if they're faking it. But like, there's this standard for white people that if they are rich, 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 their house is beige. All of their clothes is beige. My mother is calling me. Not now. Okay. That's the brown that I'm talking about. Like, I fucking hate that color. I don't know why. It's ugly. Fonza Brown, I send you boatloads of pictures. Yes, please. Yes. I can't do anything. Okay, let me read this real quick. Thank you, Nis. You're very welcome. Exactly. I'm just enjoying the ride with emotions. Is actually kind of funny at this point. Yeah, it is. It is definitely. Start laughing at yourself. It really helps. I was wavering through my entire 8-year relationship with my SP. It wasn't until maybe 5 years in before I finally felt like, yes, I'm totally sure of this woman. Yeah, it sometimes takes a while, right? But she was like head over heels from the start, so it caused a lot of conflict and breakups. Oh, the poor girl. Oh, Jesus. But you know what? She also had to learn quite a lot in this time, so of course, yeah, she was exhausted. I understand that. She keeps seeing me for a couple of more years, though. Through COVID, everything went back to school, blah, blah, blah. Graduated, she broke up with me, totally unexpected. Yeah, I think, you know what? Your partner, your SP, also has a lot to learn. It's not just you. And usually, the stuff that you need to learn about yourself does not match the stuff that your partner or SP, however you want to call it, needs to learn. And also, there is something about chasing energy. So when you this is the only part of the whole twin flame bullshit that's actually true. The runner chaser bullshit. When you are the runner and you have somebody chasing you, the second the dynamic flips over to you becoming the chaser when you usually are the runner and when they're done that, then you start chasing. as long as you're chasing, the thing that you're chasing is running away from you. So when you finally have this realization of, oh shit, she's the one, whoops, I shouldn't have run away from her, right? And then you feel an urgency and importance into pursuing her and getting her and blah blah blah, you start being the chaser, and that energy is unfortunately needy and it's very much repulsive. And then she will see basically her own past of her chasing you, being accepting towards all the bullshit that you delivered to her, right? So she's gonna be seeing how she used to act now reflected in your behavior, and it's like, oh holy Jesus fuck, oh my god. And she's gonna have some kind of, like, I don't know, epiphany in her mind. But I have to go now. She needs to poop. My mother needs to talk. I told her to call me at around this time. I thought I would already be done with the live. But I love you all, and I see you soon in another live and in other videos. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go now. See y'all. Bye. Mitzi.